Welcome back to Bumblebee. I'm your host, Kyle McWaters. Hey, next time you're cleaning the house or shopping online, make sure to read those labels, people. This world is a dangerous place full of dangerous stuff. Here's the top 10 deadliest products in history that shouldn't exist. Number 10, lead. Way before PETA and proper FDA-regulated testing and distribution of cosmetic products, it was pretty medieval. Literally, like people were using duck poo and all sorts of things on their head to feel beautiful. Not their fault, they didn't really know, of course. Well, neither did we, apparently. Lead, gasoline, pipes, bullets. We were messing around with this stuff way back. Egyptians were breaking off lead while sculpting, grinding it up into powders and adding it to salt and dyes to wear as makeup for sun protection way before they knew what the do's and the don'ts were. It actually wasn't until the 18th century when we really started to ask, why is everyone so sick around this stuff all the time? Blindness, mental health disorders, kidney failure, seizures. People in Elizabethan times just teeth rotting, bald like me. Ah, this new lead powder is delightful, Winston. Merry Christmas, thank you. Number 9. Mercury. Side note, if you dig what we do here on Bumblebee, throw us a thumbs up down below or tell us which deadly products you know of. Or if you grew up in the 1600s, then let us know how you're feeling, Because if you're as mad as a hatter, you might be slowly dying from mercury poisoning. From your head down. Due to the tons of hat makers who were slowly dropping one by one from the 18th to the 19th century. Apparently lots of men's hats at the time were made of animal fur. Fox, rabbit, beaver, whatever you like. Hatters would wash them up, then mercury-based solution or brushed mercury onto the hair to make them felt and stick together. Yeah, pretty well a nice little toxic glue or spray you're just inhaling and wearing all day. Paranoid psychological outbursts, then tooth loss, and then even death. Erethism in a nutshell. That sounds horrible and terrifying and scary, Number 8, arsenic. When we think about deadly fashion over the years, arsenic is one that comes to mind pretty quick. The Victorians had a complicated love-hate relationship with the chemical due to its beautiful and bright green color it was known for. It was the talk of the town, in 1775 of course, when chemist Carl Wilhelm Scheele mixed sodium carbonate, arsenic oxide, and copper sulfate. Boy oh boy, the green dye that came from that. Famously known as Scheele's green, then we just started to slather it all on our face. Yeah, for the small price of only $1. Basically the precursor to every dermatologist's nightmare. The face cleaner. Dr. James P. Campbell's arsenic complexion wafers. The indications or uses for this product are as follows. Freckles, moth, blackheads, pimples, and other facial disfigurements are permanently removed and a deliciously clear complexion. Also an absolute specific in loss of appetite, low spirits, headaches, and hay fever. Like, was this guy even a doctor? This sounds all made up. Low spirits? Here's some arsenic, just slap it on there. Yeah, your spirits will be high soon enough. Like, what? Number 7. Violet rays. Not gonna lie, sounds like a pretty cool spy name, doesn't it? Violet rays. Nope, just a dangerously weird cosmetic trend we tried like 100 years ago. Yeah, like 20s to the 40s type thing, and it was selling like hotcakes. Basically, a violet ray is an antique medical appliance used in electrotherapy. A disruptive discharge coil with an interrupter to apply a high voltage, high frequency, low current to the human body for therapeutic purposes. Yeah, cured depression, it said. Also in 1922, it was sold to make you more vital, magnetic, and compelling. Yeah, just walking around like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family, slowly electrocuting yourself day after day. Whatever it did or didn't do, recalls and lawsuits over this thing led to the FDA banning these. The last manufacturer of violet rays devices in the US was Master Electric, but in 1951 the company was sued and, yeah, stopped pretty quickly. I can hear it now. Some people are dull, drab, uninteresting, and sickly. Which are you? With a new Virex, you can shock yourself into beauty. Today! Like an old Fallout commercial? Like, that's terrifying. Number 6. Celluloid. Celluloids are a class of materials produced by mixing nitrocellulose and camphor, often with dyes to form objects. Common celluloids we know are ping pong balls, instruments, office equipment, guitar picks, and famously throughout the ages, combs. Pretty well the first ever plastic, Yeah, see, the problem with this stuff is that when it heats up, it becomes super flammable and can even tend to explode. Yeah, just ripping a solo when it catches fire on stage. I mean, it sounds pretty sick, right? Well, when a comb explodes in your hair, exploding with little shrapnel pieces, which was the case for like the last 300 years, people become a tiny bit concerned. Flammable, you know? Like the stuff they used in old movie reels. Like what magicians use for the fire trick, you know? Like that, on your head. The sneaky thing is celluloid ages. Yeah, the camphor molecules become more pressurized until they crystallize and catch fire or even release nitrogen gases like nitrous oxide into the air. Ton of fires, deadly stuff, you know. No good, no good. Number 5. Cantharidin. Okay, we all want to know what this magical elixir is that gives us that commercial-like, thick and zesty hair that flows like locks, Farrah Fawcett, Fabio Blowout, Lion's Mane style. But not all of us are blessed with such a luck. People have been tinkering at this whole hair growth thing for a while now, and we think we figured it out. Blister beetles. Hear me out, hold on. We squeeze out a beetle's larvae juice and use it on our heads. Approximately 2,500 species of beetles secrete this substance called cantharidin, which is collected mainly from the Spanish fly and liquefied into a topical. Removes warts, gets rid of pimples, and apparently burns off all your head hair so that new hair grows. Yeah, kind of like an unapproved FDA strength Nair. Also used in love potions. Of course. How did I not know that? Apparently Caesar's wife laced meals with Spanish fly to spark illicit activity and blackmail the politicians into strategic manipulations. Side effects include difficulty breathing, violent convulsions, coma, and even death. And of course, hair loss. Well, ain't that a kick in the shorts, huh? Hair loss. Number 4. Petroleum. We know this stuff. It's been used in a ton of beauty products over the years. Popular during the 19th century, petrol acted as a dry shampoo, stripping the hair of dirt and grease and oil by applying more grease and oil. And of course lip balms and salves. Apparently this stuff was a hit. Robert Chesborough's new type of petroleum jelly for your lips called Vaseline. Or how about Madame Fox's Life for the Hair? But these jelly-based lotions and salves sometimes led to fatal consequences. Basically, not only a carcinogen, it was really flammable. I mean, thank God we don't have like torches on walls you can just like walk into, but still, petroleum jelly ain't good for you. It has carcinogens like polyaromatic hydrocarbons that cause all sorts of cancers. Also kidney toxins, neurotoxins, respiratory toxins. Gotta go organic, people, you know? Little beeswax on the lips. Number 3. X-rays. The early 20th century was full of, yay, we did this, and we definitely shouldn't have done that. Like history is made from trial and error. There was always something new to try. In the early 1900s, the latest craze was X-rays. Yep, like X-rays, like you broke your tibia and fibula here and now we're looking at it on a 4K screen. All you needed was a cathode ray tube and a power source. People were trying to use these rays to burn away skin diseases and tumors apparently. Just your wife going 40 feet behind a brick wall every night so you can get that Bahamas tan we all want. Basically, people's teeth and hair started falling out all over. Not that long ago. Nana was just sitting in her chair knitting with some X-ray machine, doing work on her skin, you know? The clients of Tricho salons had clients placed in front of a large mahogany box with a small window in front of it. A switch was then turned on and a timer set for the period of exposure. 5 minutes of exposure. And then lather, rinse, and repeat. Unfortunately, it caused severe burns and skin damage, basal cell carcinomas, tumors, ulcers in the lungs, and lymph nodes all over. Just a half an hour in front of an X-ray machine. Holy smokes. Number 2. Radium. You've got radium eyes. Guitar Hero, best song, 100%. Also, apparently a very deadly element. Helen Cavendish, a staple of high society salons in London, was well regarded when it came to the latest in beauty treatments. In 1911, she launched a range of products utilizing a new radioactive element called radium, which became a hot new elixir of sorts. By the early 1900s, many beauticians were tinkering around trying to find the perfect consumer use for it. Cavendish products included shampoos, hair growers, and face creams, all made with radioactive radium water. White's Radium Hair Food, Frederick Godfrey's Renair Radioactive Antiseptic Hair Tonic, the Radium Hat Pad, they were all over. They were getting witty back then, you know? Until everyone's jaw started falling off. Yeah. Seems like the radioactive element in the radium just has some nasty effects on the old body. Necrosis of the bones means it's just kind of slowly deteriorating you. Yeah. No side effects at all. Just glowing in the dark every night before bed. Honey, have you seen my elixir? Number 1. Parasites. Of course, not everything we design to make us look better, fresher, and younger in life is chemically engineered. No, some are natural and organic. Like belladonna drops, for instance, right out of the ground. And beetles for pleasant colognes and perfumes. And of course, our calorie counter friend, the tapeworm. This very popular diet works by swallowing a pill that has a tapeworm egg inside of it. When the egg hatches, the tapeworm grows inside your body and eats whatever you're eating. Well, helps you eat. Kinda like a Lady and the Tramp type situation in your belly. And of course, you'd never guessed it, from the Victorian era. As illustrated in the Ugly Girl papers by S.D. Powers, a popular read in Victorian England. One invention created by Dr. Myers of Sheffield attempted to lure the tapeworm in or out by inserting a cylinder with food via the digestive tract. Yeah, no surprise that many patients choked to death before the tapeworm was successfully removed or inserted. Not to mention other intestinal infections one would develop. It's a bug living inside you, you know, just to keep that 31 waist. Hey, we hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching Bumblebee. I've been your host, Kyle McWaters. We'll see you next time for some more.